Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Neck Crochet Tejido. Today I'll be teaching you how to crochet this beautiful blouse. It's very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel that you will find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I can send you the link. For this design, this is the yarn I'm going to use. Is the loops and thread, washable wool blurred line, 100 grams, 357 meter, fine 2, is 75% washable wool, 25% nylon, and the color is violet, proper purple violet. A different shade of color there. The crochet hook is a 3mm. I'm gonna need tapestry needle and scissors. We're gonna start making the first strip like this, and after that we're gonna attach and do the strips attached to each other. So for this one I did 1 2 3 4 5. I don't count it before, so that's going to count down. 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 rows I did for my first strip. For this, in order to work, you have to work with a yarn like this, a blended color, or with different color yarn, more than one color, in order for this to work. Because the next strip that I'm gonna do in here, I don't want the colors to match exactly. So I don't want, for example, the light color of the next strip to be with the light color. I want a different color in here. That way it will look really, really nice. So if you don't have this type of yarn with different color, you can do different color balls. So for example, you use 4 to 5 colors, or you do a few rows with one color, and then you change to the next color, and then to the next one, and the next one, and then you start all over again with the first one, and so on. And then when it's time to work with the next strip, what you do is you start with a different color, not the same color that you start with, and you're gonna change the color as you work. So we're gonna start. I'm only gonna work on a little piece to show you how to start the first one, because now I have to continue with my next one. The stitch is multiple of 4 plus 3. I did 24 plus 3 in here, plus 3 to go up. So you're gonna do a slip knot. You're going to do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 plus 3, 1 2 and 3, plus 3 to go up, 1 2 and 3. Yarn over. You're going to count 1 2 3 4, and then number 5 you're going to do a double crochet, yarn over, and the next chain space another double crochet. So you have 3 double crochet in here, counting the chain 3 as the first one. You're going to chain 1, you're going to do yarn over, you're going to skip a chain, and in the next 3 chain space you're going to do 3 double crochet, 1 on each. That's 1, 2, 3, and 3. Chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, go to the next one, and you will do 3 double crochet, 1 on each. Chain 1, skip 1, and you'll continue doing this group of 3 double crochet with a chain 1 space in between. So I'll meet you here at the end of this first row. Once you finish the first row, it will look like this. Now the second row and all the even numbers row, you're gonna do it exactly as I'm gonna show you. You're gonna chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're gonna turn your work around, and you're gonna skip, and you're gonna work in the chain space 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3, and it will look like that. An empty square. You're gonna chain 1 and yarn over. You're gonna go to the next chain 1 space, and you're gonna do 3 double crochet. You're gonna chain 1, and again in the chain 1 space, 3 double crochet, and like that you're gonna continue all the way until the end. And then I will show you how you're gonna finish this row, because you have to finish with an empty square as well, like this. I work in the last chain 1 space. Now I'm going to chain 2, yarn over, and after the 2 double crochet you're going to go to the first chain, and you're going to do double crochet, and you're going to finish your even row like this one. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and this is how you're going to work all the odd number rows. You're going to turn your work around. Remember, we chained 2 here, so you're going to do a double crochet on each chain space. That way it's nice and even on the side, nice and straight, like this. Now the rest stay the same. You're going to chain 1, yarn over, go to the chain 1 space, 3 double crochet. Chain 1, go to the next chain 1 space, 3 double crochet. Like that you're going to continue working all the way until the end. At the end, remember, we start with a chain of 5. So what you do here is, after you work your 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do 3 double crochet, one in the first chain and the second and in the third chain, and you will be nice and straight like this side. Once you finish, it will look like this. Now you're gonna start the repetition of row 2. You're gonna start with a chain of 5, and then you're gonna start working your 3 double crochet, chain 1, 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 3 double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. After that, you turn your work around, and then you're gonna do the repetition of this row exactly the same. And you're gonna work the desired length that you want. This is for my blouse, and this is the length of the first strip for the length of the top. So, or the length of the entire piece. And it measures 51 centimeters, and that is 20 inches long. So once you have the length that you want as your first strip, you will cut the yarn, and then we're gonna start working in the next strip that's gonna be attached to this one, and the color is gonna be uneven. Don't gonna be exactly the same color in the same place. So that's what we're gonna do now. Once you finish the first strip, you're gonna work on the second one. The tail has to be in this side, and then you're gonna start in this. It will be the right side of the piece. So you're gonna do a slip knot to create a loop. And then you're gonna go here to the last chain, and you're gonna pass the loop, and that will be nice and secure. That I'm gonna come undone, and you're gonna leave that tail there to loose later. Now you're gonna chain 24 plus 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 plus 6 will be 30. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. You're going to do a yarn over. We already did the chain to go up in here. And we're going to do now in row 1 will be row 2 from this one, and then row 2 from this one will be like row 3. We're going to change things around. So you're going to do a yarn over, and then you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then number 6 you're going to do a double crochet. Now 2 more in the next 2 chain for a total of 3. You're going to chain 1. You're going to skip 1, go to the next one. You're going to do your 3 double crochet in the next 3 chain of space. That's 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, skip 1, go to the next one. and 3, chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, go to the next one, and 3, chain 1, skip 1, go to the next one, 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, skip 1, go to the next one, 1, 2, and 3, and it'll look like this. Now you're gonna chain 1 nice and loose, and then you're gonna come here where you have this third chain, where you have the double crochet in the same space. You're gonna do a slip stitch, and it will look like this. You see? I hope I was in camera. Not out of focus. So now you're gonna slip do 2 chains, 1 and 2, and where this one is the third row on top of that, you see, and here you're gonna do a slip stitch, and like that you're ready to work the next row. So I'm gonna show you one more time how you're gonna finish here. So here you will do the loose chain, and then you see in the third one where this double crochet is in that chain space, you're gonna do a slip stitch. You're gonna chain 2, and then you see where this one is in the top of the stitch, you're gonna do a slip stitch, and you're ready to work in the next row. Now if you count the spaces here that you have 3 double crochet, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exactly like a number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're gonna work in number 2, and it will be like number 3. So you finish it with a slip stitch, but in order to turn your work around, you have to do a tight chain here, and then you turn your work, and then you do a yarn over, and the chain space you're gonna do 2 double crochet, because that 2 chain plus the slip stitch counts as the first one, 3. Now you chain 1, go to the chain 1 space, and do your 3 double crochets. You see, now you work exactly the same as you've done so far. Chain 1, 3 double crochet, and now I'll flip around the work, that way you guys can see how to look this in here. Chain 1, and let me show you. You see, you're creating these spaces exactly the same as this one, but with it look like a different color here. I did the 5 chains already to turn my work around, exactly the same as I did before in these ones here and this strip when I start row 2. So now here in the chain 1 space I'm gonna do the 3 double crochet. So this is exactly the same as 1, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1. So it's exactly the same repetition. So this one is exactly like 1. You're going to do exactly the same as you did in here. It's very easy. And 3. Now you're going to chain a nice loose chain, and instead of doing 2 you're going to do a 1 loose because you have to do a slip stitch. And again you go where that stitch is in the top in that chain, you're going to do slip stitch, and you see, and like that you don't need to do that extra chain space. Now you will chain 2 to go up where this stitch is on top of this one. Again you're going to do a slip stitch, and you're going to chain 1 nice and tight to turn your work around, and you turn your work and exactly the same as you did in this one. You're going to do 2 double crochet in that space, chain 1, 3 double crochet. So you're going to continue with those repetitions exactly the same. Chain 1, and you're going to continue. At the end you're going to finish again with your 3 double crochet and here in the top, and then chain 5, turn your work around, and so on. And it will look like this, start to look like this. So in this strip you're gonna work, but you don't gonna work all the way until the end because we need to leave the color here like this. So I'm gonna show you on a piece of paper. And it's not exactly gonna look exactly the same, but so we did 1 strip. Let's say that's strip number 1. Okay, so strip number 2 we're gonna work until there, and then we're gonna do like this. That's for the shoulder, and then we're gonna work another strip here for the center of the blouse, and then the other one that will be like that. There are some wider than the other one, and then the full one in here. Okay, like this. And then for the back we're going to start the next strip, and instead to go all the way here we're going to leave the opening for the arm, you see, and then we continue working the other one like this for the back and here, but it will be a little bit higher. That way the back part of the collar will be higher in the back, and then this one on the front. Alright, that is the idea that I have for the blouse. Let's see how it will work out. So like that I'm gonna continue working, and I will work for around leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I will work for around 36, and then I will measure here to, or maybe less, But I will show you as I work, that way you guys can see what I look like this in here. Okay, it will look really nice. So it's those repetitions that you're gonna continue. Remember, when you're gonna work all the way here, you will finish with the 3 double crochet, you will chain 5, and then you come back, and then you will finish with the slip chain 2 plus the slip stitch here, and then you will go up and then back and forth like that, attaching the 2 pieces together. So this is what I've done so far, and this is the look that I'm going for. You see, it's no stripes or a small stripe, and only here they're almost the same, but the other ones they're not. So I like the way it's looking so far. So I'm gonna continue working probably until here, that way I can do the front part a little bit lower than the back for the neck. I decided this is going to be the back piece first, that way it'll be easier to figure out the color. So I'm gonna work until I have 4 rows left. These 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will do the color. That way it will be much easier to figure out how low you want the front. So I'm gonna work until I have 4 rows left, and then I will meet you here to show you how you're gonna do the lower part here, like to start the color. I'm working in row number 4, so this one is 4. So of the ones that I'm gonna leave for the height of the neck, so that will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is number 4. So I already did that stitch there and the way out. So I'm gonna work a chain, my 3 double crochet, you know what, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and 3 double crochet in this one. Those are the 4 that I'm gonna do, and the 3rd double crochet I'm gonna do on top of this 1st double crochet here of this group of 3. Now I'm gonna chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'm gonna work just on those left here and those stitches, leaving this for the height of the neck and the back. So when we do the middle piece, it will be until here, until this lower one here, and this is the back piece. So you're gonna turn your work around, and you're gonna continue working on this one until the end, just in these ones, nice and straight. And this one's there, and then you will do this until the end, cut the yarn, and then we want to work in the middle strip. I have my 27 chains. I'm gonna leave that number 27 out, and I'm gonna do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. I will have 4 chains, and then I'm gonna do a yarn over, and I go to the 5th, and I'm gonna do a double crochet. Now a double crochet and then a chain space, and in total I have 3 double crochet, because the chain 3 on top of the 4th chain is the first one. So I have 3, chain 1, skip 1, go to the next 3 double crochet, and the next 3 chain, and do 3 double crochet. This strip is exactly like the first one, and you will have 7 groups of 3 double crochet. So like that, you're gonna continue working until the end. I have my 7 group of 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You'll finish like this. You're gonna do a slip stitch in the same space where this second row start, and here you're gonna do a slip stitch, and you're gonna chain 2, 1 and 2, and you're gonna come to this one on the top, and you're gonna do a slip stitch, chain 1 to tie that stitch. Now chain 1 for separation, turn your work around, and now you're gonna work in the chain 1 space. 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. You see, it's very easy to do. So you will continue working like that all the way until here. So like this, with those 2 row repetitions, you're gonna continue working until you get to the border here. Once you finish, we're gonna start with this one, but on the other side, like this. Okay. This is how it looks so far, and I absolutely love this technique. It looks amazing. So what you're gonna do now, you're gonna work in the next strip, and you're gonna do exactly the same thing that you did for number 2. You're gonna do the same chains as you did for the second one, and you're gonna work until you go to this border. After that, I will meet you here to go up like this one. And then after we're gonna do the number 5 exactly like the first one. That will be like the first one and the third one, the same amount of chains. But I absolutely love the way it looks so far. So I'm gonna start with a slip knot, and I'm gonna do a chain of 26. And what I did, I undid this ball, the little cake, because the yarn that I was working through the outside of the ball is in here right now. And then if I started with the gray, it will be exactly almost the same color as this at the beginning. And then I did the ball, and then I started with the inside of the ball. Now that I have it on the outside, I'm gonna work with these to make it lighter and purple in this strip. So I'm gonna do a chain of 26, and then I will work with the repetition of the second strip. You can go back to that part of the video and do exactly the same until it's time to work on the shoulder. Today I went to the nail supply store, and my goodness, I did a short live video. It's amazing the products that they have there. I did my nails in Cuba. They did this white, and it's already growing, and I like the way it look. So I bought some white pearl white powder to do my refill of my nails sometimes this week. So it's amazing the stuff that they have there. So I'll continue working on this, and I will meet you when it's time to work up the shoulder. I finished here with a slip stitch. I chain 1. Now I'm gonna cut the yarn, leaving the tail to loose later, because now I'm gonna start working from here in this space for 4 rows like this one to create the height of the color in here and here. So I'm gonna turn my work around, and I'm gonna start from here, on top of this double crochet. I'm gonna do slip knot to create a loop. If you don't want to cut the yarn, you can do slip stitch until here, but I'd rather not to have the thicker in here. I want it exactly the same as the other side. So I leave it long enough to lose later. So you're gonna come to this double crochet. You have to see I left 1, 2, 3 this empty space, 1, 2, 3 empty space. So on top of the double crochet, that way the stitch don't move around. You're gonna pass the loop, and you're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. That's the first double crochet of 3. And then here in the chain 1 space, you're gonna do the other 2. And then now you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna continue working exactly the same as you did in this side. You're gonna create these 4 rows. After that, you're gonna come to this border, and always you guide yourself by the tails. It have to be here, and then you come to this border, and you're gonna start like a strip number 1. You're gonna do your chains here, and you're gonna work in that one exactly the same as the first one, and then you'll cut the yarn and you done the back piece. Do that, and then I will meet you here. I finished this strip. Now I'm gonna start the last one, and I'm gonna start the next ball because I only have this left from the first one, and I know that I will have to use a new one, so I don't want to have to cut and start halfway or a little piece, and then I will leave that one to the side. So it's perfect because I'm gonna start with a light gray and here, and then see the combination for on the top, and then have done in the back. Honestly, it's a really a shame that I did this a little bit loose for me, since I was size large for so many years, and now I'm a medium. I guess I have that tendency to do the pieces a little bit bigger for me, but they look really nice. It will be like a square, short square, loose top. It's absolutely gorgeous. I showed it to my sister, and she said, I want you to make me a sweater like that because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna continue working in the next strip. I thought I'm gonna start with the light gray, but I started pulling, and this was inside the ball, and I started with the dark gray. But that's perfect because I don't have dark gray in here, so that we're gonna work out perfect. Now I'm gonna do a slip knot, and I start here with a chain of 24 plus 3 to go up. So that will be 30 chains. I finished the back piece. Now I'm gonna work in the front piece, and I'm gonna continue working the entire thing in one piece. I was planning to do separate and then sew it in the side, but I decided to continue with the strips. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach here exactly the same as done so far. We're gonna do another strip for the front. It's gonna be exactly like this one. The only thing that we're gonna leave the opening for the arm. We're gonna start attaching the next one. For me will be this one is a little loose and a little bit short, so I will leave a little bit big the opening for the arm to continue with the loose seam. And I'm gonna do around 19 centimeters until around here for the opening of the arm, 19 to 20 centimeters. And what I'm gonna do, I will do the next strip until here, and then I'll continue working in the front bit by itself, leaving the opening for the arm. And then after that, in the next strip, I will do a piece like this one, and I will leave this for the shoulder as well, but the opening for the front gonna be lower. How low you want it is up to you. And then the middle one will be the same height as the piece that you're gonna leave here, and then the next one will be the same as I show you with this one as we work. And the last one you're gonna do the full piece, but you're gonna do only half attached to the next one, to this one in this side, you know, like you come around, you attach to this one, leaving the opening for the arm. So go ahead and work in the next part of the front, and then I will meet you here when it's time to close in the side. So you're going to continue with the repetition of those strips, alternating between 1 and 2. And I did here the repetition at the first strip. Now I have to do the repetition at the second strip. After that, again back to the first one, and so on. So I don't need to show you how you're going to start here because you already know how to do that. And I will show you how I'm going to leave the opening for the arm. And then after that you can continue working until it's time to close on the other side, that we have to attach the two ends together, the two sides of the strip. I'm at the point where I have to leave the opening for the arm. So I finish here with the chain 1 and a slip stitch, and here you see with the empty square. And instead of chaining 2 and a slip stitch to continue, what you're gonna do is you're gonna chain 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna turn your work around, and in that chain space you're gonna do 2 double crochet. And now you're gonna continue working in this strip like this until you have the 19 centimeters that you left open, or 20 or 18, depending on the size that you leave in opening. Mine is 19. When I have the same length, I will cut the yarn, and then I start the next strip. That will be like this one, but the only thing that for the front, this is gonna be lower. So I'm gonna continue working on this, leaving the opening for the sleeve or the arm. Now I have to work on the last strip. That will be the one in here. So I'm gonna do this, close the circumference with a strip. And what I'm gonna do my slip knot, and I will do my chain, and then I will do a slip stitch in the first one here, and then I will chain 2, a slip stitch, and then I will work my stitch. So here it is a solid square, and so it's in this one. So now I have to do the one like this one with the empty square at the beginning and at the end, and the first row. And then I will work all the way until I have the same height for, I will count the spaces, and then I will leave the opening for the sleeve end here like this one, but I still have to sew the shoulder, and then you will have the opening for the arm. And it look like this. The part I have done the tails to loose, and then I will loose the tails and continue with the piece. And this is the height of the color in the front and then the back. So I'm gonna work. It's a little bit loose for me, but it will look nice as well. So I'm gonna work on the last strip now. So I wanted to mention that I'm gonna work with the third ball. This ball don't have a lot of yarn in it. This is what I have left from the first ball, and I have the same amount for the second one, and it's not enough to finish the blouse. It's not enough to finish the strip and do the finishing touches for the blouse. So I'm gonna work with a third one. Like that, you're gonna continue working back and forth, doing the same as you've done so far, but attaching the two ends and going up the same way until you have the same amount of space done together as this one. So you're gonna count the amount of space that you attach together, and then you do the same on the other side, and then after you'll continue working and the other piece like that, just by itself, leaving the space open for the arm and this side. Once you finish this part, I will meet you here to continue. So I finished the side, and I already saw this shoulder to show you how's it look, like this, the opening for the arm. And I'm gonna do now the sewing in this side. I lost all the tails, there were quite a few. And after I do the sewing, I'm gonna do a border, you know, like a single crochet round all the way around the neck. And you're gonna sew this. I left this tail, but if you don't left any tail, you can grab a piece of yarn and do the sewing like I did for here. I don't have a tail long enough, so I grab a new piece of yarn and I did the sewing. So you have to match the stitches For example, I have here a full square, 3 double crochet, and in this one I have an empty square, so you have to match the spaces, that way it is even. So the empty with the full, and the full in this side with the empty in this side, and so on until you get to the border. That's what I did in this side here. Mine are gonna leave sleeveless like this, but if you want to do sleeves, what you do is you go all the way around. In the space where you have the empty square, you'll do 3 double crochet, and in the space where you have the double crochet in here that is full, you will do the space of chain, and then 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, exactly as you did the stitches for the body, and you can do sleeves. But for mine I'm gonna leave like that without a sleeve. So I'm gonna sew this shoulder and do a single crochet border all the way around. Once you finish the top, it will look like this. Once you sew the shoulders, it looks really, really nice with this technique. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too short and too wide for me. The length, if it wasn't too wide, it will be perfect because I made it to the top of my pants where the belt will go. It's that length, it's perfect, but since it's too wide, it looks a little bit weird, short and wide. Because I'm right now a medium, almost a small size top, so it's a little bit too big for me. If it was a size large, it would be perfect. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give a little bit more length because I don't can remove some of the width, but I can give more length. That way it look a little bit better. And if you want to do this longer, what you do is, as you work the first strip, you keep the length that you want. You have to take that to the account because if you are a medium and you're doing the same as me, you have to do it more longer if you want it. You don't want it to do the border that I'm gonna do in the lower part. But I absolutely love the way it look with this strip. It look amazing. Something different. When I put it on, it look really nice. So if you want to do this smaller, I recommend when you do the first strip to do less stitch, and they will be a little bit more narrow, and then you can do the piece smaller. For the width, I don't can do anything because it's already done. It's completely, this top is done until here. But for the length, I'm gonna do some Solomon knot border, probably around like this, to give a little bit more like a lacy look in the lower part, and at the same time I will give a length. I'm gonna finish the first round with a slip stitch and this single crochet, and like that you finish your first round. Now we're gonna work on the second round, and we're gonna work the single crochet in between this one and this one, creating another single crochet and the other like these ones, because we're gonna work in between these two. And then the next one will be between the one that we're going to create this and the other one. Always in the single crochet, they are in the air like this one, okay, in the center. So exactly what I want to show you in the second round, you're going to do in all of them. Now I'm going to start the second row, and I'm going to do a full knot. So, for example, this is half a knot. A full knot is when you do the two of them. Solomon knot or lover's knot, and then you're gonna do a single crochet in this one here and the single crochet here. All the single crochet go in those single crochet loose here. So again, you're gonna do another knot. I always try to guide myself by my thumb. And a single crochet and this single crochet. like this. At the end I'm gonna finish in here, and we're gonna do the next round, and all the rounds that you want exactly the same. But I'm gonna show you how you're gonna finish the second one, how to start the third one, and from there you can get the length that you want. I'm gonna finish here with half of a knot. So you're only gonna do it once, and then you're gonna come here. You see, you start with the full one here, but this half is to go up, and then in the single crochet you're gonna do a slip stitch, and you'll finish like this with this just to go up. Now you're gonna start the second round with 1.5, so you're gonna do 1 to go up like this. That's the half, and then now you're gonna do the full stitch. So you're gonna do 1 and the other one, so it will be three of these. See, 1, 2 and 3, and then when you come to this single crochet and do your single crochet, you see, you'll have this one like this, and then you're gonna finish and here in this single crochet when you finish here in the last one. And that's how you're gonna be working the rounds. I finished this round, and I finished with the full knot. I'm gonna remove that slip stitch that I did here to show you. You see, I did the full knot. A full knot is when you do these two with a single crochet in the center, and half is when you do just one, like that one, just the half. So you have the 3 ones here, and you're gonna do after this half the slip stitch, and you finish that next round. And round 2 and 3 are the ones that you're gonna repeat at the beginning. So now I have to do what I did in number 2, and then after that one what I did in number 3. So I'm just gonna show you one more time. I'm gonna do the long, and I'm gonna do a full one, so that's half, and then the other half, and then I'm gonna do in this one here the single crochet, and then I will continue doing all the way around, and then when I finish that I did do the half at the end, I will finish here with a slip stitch, and after that I will do what I did in repetition of 3, and like that is what you're gonna do over and over until you have the desired length. I'm gonna do this one and maybe another one, maybe, and let's see how many rounds I do, but that's what you're gonna do over and over until you have the desired length. This is the leftover yarn from those 3 balls, and I did 6 rounds of the Solomon knot all over this knot on the border of the blouse. I finished the blouse, and this is the end result. I absolutely love the way it looks. The way I did the strips with this yarn, it look amazing. The blouse is in the larger size for the mannequin. The mannequin size is small, the blouse is a size large. That's why it look like that on the sleeve, because it's a little bit loose on the side, but it look amazing. And the border look really nice as well. But if you look at the blouse, it's not that short. If you are a size large, it will be in the border of your pants. But if you are a size small of a medium and you do the blouse the same size, it will look short because of the width. Okay, but it look amazing. I absolutely love it, and I hope you guys like it, and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this beautiful blouse and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Rubinet Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Rubinet Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.